Hey, Shalom. Call Halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Chakodash, the ones apostles, great millstone, and Shalom, two brothers in highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully, continually fighting that good fight of faith, Lord willing, we're finding the number to be delivered. All right. So we're going to talk about the sorrows that are coming upon this planet, all right, and primarily coming upon this country where a bulk of you Israelites are. And again, this thing has been going on for a long time, and you people have been warned for a long time. So therefore, when these things start taking place, there's gonna be no need for anybody to sit there and say they didn't know, we had no understanding, we didn't realize it was serious, because it's deadly serious, man. And the time is coming. All right. So I'm gonna start off with Ezekiel 3:17. It says, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me." Right, because we have been called and set up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know, and by this time already, a lot of you have, who've heard this thing, who've heard, as they say, the black Hebrew Israelites. A lot of you have taken sides. You've chosen the group that you want to follow. You've chosen the group that you believe has the truth, and you've chosen the group that you believe is giving you what you desire as far as spiritual guidance. All right, you've made your decision. So it's only now a matter of time, as these prophecies start to unfold, who the Lord truly gave his word to. All right. So I'm going to go to 2nd Ezra 16. And as we know, the whole chapter has, an abundance of prophecy and information that that you can rest yourself, with comfort by reading and understanding. All right. But I'm going to start at verse 18. It says, "The beginning of sorrows and great mournings," because we're coming into that time where these sorrows are going to be multiplied more and more in great mournings. All right. Just look at what you're having to deal with on a daily basis. And then when you bring the spiritual aspect into everything that we do, it gets heightened that much more, because now your ability to see what's really going on is on an all-time high. All right. And that's because the Lord has opened your eyes and gave you understanding as to, the times that we're living in. Right. So all that being said, these sorrows are going to be heavy, man. These things that are coming are going to be heavy. And like I said, you've chosen your group. You've chosen the men you want to follow. All right. And if the men that you're following is talking about being a life coach, is talking about you don't have to know the name of the Lord, is talking about all nations can be saved. If you chose those groups, stand by those groups. All right. Because it's just a matter of time before all of this gets revealed. Continuing on, it says, "The beginning of famines and great death." All right. We're not going to sit here and tell you we want to be a life coach unto you when great mournings and sorrows and death are on the horizon. A man who professes himself to be a life coach is going to inquire about, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What future goals do you have? That's what a life coach in this kingdom is all about. Helping somebody get through, a period in their life to get to that other side where they feel prosperous, where they feel comfortable. We weren't brought here to America to be comfortable. We weren't brought over here to America to give a synopsis of a 10-year plan, and at the end of that 10 years, you sitting, on a beach somewhere with clear blue water, talking about I made it. All right. We as servants of the Lord, as the Lord said, we have been called watchmen. We're here to tell you about the evils that are coming upon this earth, man. All right. Continuing on. It says, "The beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come?" All right. So we're telling you, we're giving you through the Spirit of the Lord, we're giving you what the hell's about to go down. Evils. And if you chose a certain group, the question is going to be asked, what are you going to do when those evils come? Because a lot of men are not teaching about the evils and the perils that are coming to this place, man. So it'll behoove you to pray to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that he wakes you up and guides you in the right direction, instead of paying all kinds of money for a life coach, or listening to a group of men telling you everything contrary to what the scriptures are saying, man. This is Jeremiah 30, and let me start at I can start at I'll start at 1. I'll start at 1, and I'll read down a little bit. It said, the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, "Thus speak the Lord, power of Israel, saying, write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers in the day, and they shall possess it. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace." All right? And these are the words that we're speaking to this very day. All right? We're not speaking about, prosperity and peace and love and unity. We're not speaking about those things, because that's not the time that we're living in. All right? Verse 6, it says, "Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness." All right? So get ready. You think that, as time goes by, things are going to get easier? Absolutely not. All right? And it's going to be some shit when the scriptures speak about, excuse my language, but it's going to be some stuff when the scriptures speak about, a man, holding his loins in travail, like a woman who's in travail, giving childbirth. Think about it. Especially in Babylon today. Everybody got this machismo, big, strong, fighting, karate kicking, kung fu gripping. Everybody got that kind of spirit on them. But when the Lord said that there's going to be men holding their loins, damn near in the fetal position, all and shook up, man. Times are about to get heavy. And if that's speaking about men, can you imagine what's going to happen with you women who think you're on top? You are going to fall, and fall hard. All right? The time is coming, man. The Lord himself said men are going to be like women in those days. So you think it's a vice versa thing? The men are going to be like women, and the women are going to turn into men? Absolutely not. The Lord ain't setting it up like that. That's why when you read Isaiah, the 4th chapter, it speaks about these women coming to men, looking for help, for shelter, for protection and comfort. Okay? Verse 6. Verse 7. "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." All right? So the things that are going to be happening primarily to the Lord's people is going to be heavy, man. The transgressions are going to be severe, to the point where it's going to be life removing, if you will. But the Lord said what? But he shall be saved out of it. Those who trust and believe. Those who are fully grounded. All right? The time is coming, man. We're coming into these times. And you see it more and more just by what's going on in the world. The process of food, the process of comfortness, all that is slowly starting to come to a grinding halt, man. And when you see these these videos that people are making with food and the shit that's You got food looking like it's alive, and food that's, it's crazy, man. It's insane. Ezekiel 33, and I'll start at 1. And it says, Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, When I bring a sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman. All right. So when you choose your group, right? When you choose your group, the men you wanted to listen to, you pretty much set them up as your watchmen, right? You watch their videos, you watch our videos, you tune in, you ask questions, you're reading, you're holding fast because of the words that the men have been teaching you. So therefore, the men that you have selected to watch and follow, you are your watchmen. We watch over you. We're telling you, we're bringing you prophecies, we're bringing you headlines, news, anything that has anything to do with everything, we're bringing it. All right? So therefore, this is where you take heed. All right? Verse 3, and it says, If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. Right? Aren't we blowing the trumpet? We're blowing that spiritual trumpet. We're letting you know all hell's about to break loose. The devil's about to come down having great wrath. They're about to shut this shit down. These military troops are coming in. They're about to shut all the stores down. All right? There's all types of, foreign troops that are going to be roaming these streets. They're going to bring back the guillotine. They're going to put you in concentration camps. They're going to starve you out. All right? All these things we have been watching for and telling you about. So therefore, when that sword comes upon the land, we're out in the forefront blowing the trumpet. Whether you take heed to it, that's on you. But if you chose a particular group, these men have now become your watchmen whom you should believe. All right? Verse 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not, let me see, Slack it, verse 4. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and take not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. Right? Because a lot of men, in speaking of the men of Great Millstone from the head apostles on down, a lot of groups out there, they want to push us to the back burner because we're not teaching smooth things. We're not prophesying, beautiful things. We're not prophesying about the times that are going to be plenteous. All right? So therefore, you take these watchmen and you put them on the back burner because our words, which are the Lord's words, does not resonate within your spirit. Okay? But when that sword come, and lo, it's going to come, your blood is going to be upon your own head. Why? Because you chose not to take heed to the watchmen that the Lord has truly set up. Okay? Verse 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. Okay? Again, if you listen to what the men of the Lord are saying, the prophets and the servants of the Lord are saying, and you put it in the timeline of what's going on in the world, there's really no question about it, man. There's really no question about whom the Lord has set up. All right? Now, verse 6. But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at the hands of his blood I require at the watchman's hands. All right? So again, these men who aren't really warning the people of the times to come, the Lord's going to do a number on them, man. And these watchmen are going to have a lot of blood on their hands. The watchmen are going to have a lot of blood on their hands. All right. So which leads back to what we started off with. So thou son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me. All right. So anybody out there who's saying the men of Great Millstone are false prophets, the men of Great Millstone, are fear mongers, they're trying to, persuade people to, do whatever, we're going to find out. We're going to truly find out. All right. And may the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua continue to be with us as we go through these last days and these sorrowful times. Because it's only going to get worse from this point forward, man. Things ain't going to get easier. The Lord ain't going to sit there and tell certain men, yeah, don't worry about it. There's no trouble coming on the horizon. Okay? Micah 2:10, it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. All right? So again, being in Babylon the Great, we can't save ourselves out of here. All right? We can't save any other man out of here. But what we can do is give you that warning and hope and pray Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua have mercy, and see that, we're rolling in the right spirit. All right? Because this place it's bound to pollute you. It's going to happen. All right? And I'll say it this way, it is already polluted. But even more so because we're heading in those last days. We're in the last days. So shit's gonna get worse. The food's gonna get worse. The way of living in life is gonna get worse. You're gonna possibly be on the run. Your house and your dwelling is possibly gonna be ransacked. So take great heed to the men of the Lord. Take great heed to the word of the Lord that they're speaking. For time is short, and the Lord is about to do some real damage out here. All right? So Lord willing, with that, I'm going to see y'all brothers in another one. I say shalom.